In today's video, I will be spending 100 days as a farmer in Minecraft. Now, this will all be in normal Minecraft, and I will spend 100 days in which my main goal will be trying to make my farm as big as possible. I've also set a rule for myself that I couldn't sell goods to villagers unless it was one of my crops. Now, this doesn't mean that I can't buy things from villagers, it just means I can't sell things that are not crops to villagers. And with all the parameters set, let's get into the 100 days. I started day number 1 by spawning on top of a tree, and I instantly went for oak logs, got myself a crafting table, got myself a pickaxe, and then started going for stone. I also got some food for the road. I just wanted to make sure I had enough food just to be able to just go out where I wanted to without having to worry about food. I also got some coal, and I set sail. I wanted to see if I could find a village as my main priority, but if anything else interesting came up, I would definitely go for it. I also took a screenshot of the Illager outpost. I don't know, I thought it'd be interesting. Maybe I'd come back to it later, which I wouldn't, but yeah, whatever. I finally found a village, and I went to the blacksmith. I got an iron sword as well as iron chestplate and also some other good things. So that's pretty successful, and I decided to just steal one of the villagers' beds and call it a day. I started day 2 by just stealing all the villagers' seeds and stuff. I thought, might as well. I mean, it was free. It was right there, and I had a really chaotic start to the morning as well. I had 3 creepers like jump me while I was trying to get seeds. Anyways, that was interesting. I just stole the villagers' hay bales because it was free wheat, and I found this cool little area where it was like a pond, and you already see it on the screen, but there's like a big mountain there, and I knew this was where I wanted to have my base, so I just took a screenshot of it, and I would eventually come back here and make this my base. I then started mining, but while I was mining, I had a lot of problems with creepers and just other mobs. It was definitely annoying, but that's kind of what you kind of got to go into if you're going to go mining anyways. While I was trying to get this piece of iron, this creeper came up on me. I just didn't want to have any problems with that, so I just left. And I made myself a shield because I knew I was going to need a shield because there were so many creepers in this cave that I found. I thought it would just be, a lot nicer to do, and I just continued getting as many iron ore and coal as I could. After getting plenty of iron, I smelted all of it and got myself a full set of iron armor. Day 3, I went to the deep slate level and got 5 diamonds, then got up to the surface. By the time I got up from the mine, I found this new mine, which I decided to go into. I really didn't need to, but I decided might as well, and on day 4, I found this little mine shaft or whatever. I also wanted to say I did make a diamond pickaxe. I didn't go back and go back to the point where I actually got it because, time is money and money is time, and that's a lot of work, Anyway, I found some more diamonds, and I got attacked by a zombie midway through, so I just took out the zombie, went back to mining the diamonds or whatever, and I decided to get some obsidian. I wasn't sure, whether to get it later or now, but the lava was right there, and I thought might as well, since I have the diamond pickaxe. I got everything required for another portal, and I just continued mining. I got quite a few diamonds, and yeah, I mean, I'd say it's a pretty successful day for day 4, just getting a lot of diamonds. That was pretty much my main focus. Day 5, I continued to mine diamonds, and I decided I had enough diamonds that I wanted to spend it on getting some armor. I could have definitely gotten like a sword and stuff, and an axe and shovel, and the full gear. But I decided I just kind of wanted armor because I liked how it looked. That's that, but I also just needed more protection. I felt like I was losing hearts very quickly, so it was definitely nice because of all the creepers and stuff. And yeah, I decided to go back to my base, and I started building this really long staircase up to the top. I thought it looked nice. Eventually I would get rid of it, but that would be very later on. And that was about it. It wasn't anything really special. And day 7, I started working on an interior of the mountain, and I made a room inside the interior of the mountain. I'm not sure if this looks like the best way I could have done it, but because it definitely is a lot of work getting through all the materials in the mountain, but I thought it looked nice, and yeah, it was definitely a lengthy process, but I think it was worth it. I went up to the top of the mountain to make a mountainside house that will eventually have more rooms, but for now I would just start off building the balcony, and I would add stilts made out of oak logs to just make it look nicer and make it more realistic, I guess. Day 8, I improved the balcony by adding a fence as well as adding some glass panes to the side, and I started to work on the other rooms. Day 9, I made another portal, and I started to go through mainly just because I wanted some glowstone because I thought it looked nice, and yeah, I know the whole thing is supposed to be me being a farmer, but I haven't done it yet. I would be starting very soon though, so don't worry about that. Just wanted to make sure everything was kind of just good to go, and then I could mainly start my farm and fully focus on that for later. But I just wanted to get the little stuff done, and yeah, eventually get ready to expand my farm. From the rest of day 9 to day 11, I was just working on my house, so I kind of want to just skip over it because it's not a whole lot going on. But I was just working on the house, and I thought it looked really nice at the end here. But that's about it. I don't want to, drag this out too long. So, yeah, it was nothing special, just working on the house. Day 12, I stole one of the villagers and brought him back to my base because this was going to be my only way, really, to get profits was from trading with the villagers. So I thought it would be a lot easier instead of always going back to the village just to bring him there. It was definitely hard to get this guy to cooperate, so I decided to just make a tunnel in the hill just to make it easier for the villager to get through. I trapped him in this dirt square just so he couldn't escape during nighttime. Day 13, I made an underground villager breeder thing, or weird dungeon of sorts. Yeah, that's kind of weird, not gonna lie. FBI, open up! Anyway, I brought the villager down to the villager breeder. I put iron doors so they couldn't escape. Sounds kind of weird, but you know what I mean. And yeah, at the end of day 13, I would arrive at the village to get ready to pick up another villager. In the morning of day 14, I got the villager, and it took almost all night to get this guy here. But I eventually did get him back and put him in the same spot as I put the first villager, and I finally started to make my farm. Now, I know this took a really long time. We're already on day 14, and I haven't done anything yet, but now I would finally start doing it. I planted potatoes, carrots, as well as wheat seeds. These were going to be my only real 3. Well, that's not exactly true. I did also plant some sugar cane, as you can see here, but those were my main 3 that I would be selling and stuff like that. I did have beetroot seeds from the village, but I decided just not to plant them because I just didn't really want to worry with that. I kind of just knew how the other 3 worked. I wasn't really sure because beetroots do have a different thing where you have seeds, the beetroot seeds, as well as the actual beetroots itself. Just seems like a lot of work. I just didn't feel like doing that. And yeah, I decided to go to the nether so I could get some bone blocks. Now, I could easily just speed up the farm process by going into the nether and getting bone meal from the bone blocks. So I decided to do that, and I left at the end of day 14. Day 15, I had to deal with some skeletons that were kind of bothering me while I was trying to farm here. But yeah, this would be the day I would just kind of continue getting all my crops up. I was just using the bone meal from the day previously to get as many crops as I could to be able to make more farms. I guess to have a higher production of plants and stuff. So I was doing that. I made a 3rd farm here. So I was making a lot of progress. And then on day 16, I made another farm. I got all the way up to 4 farms now. And I continued to work on this little, like, mountainside, like, house I was working on here. I got a lot more bone blocks, and you can see I almost got 2 stacks of it. So yeah, at the end of day 16, I decided to go back, and I thought it was a pretty good 2 days worth of progress. Day 17, I continued to use my bone meal on my new crops. I also expanded out a full farm just for carrots because I really wanted to upgrade my carrots and have a lot of carrots. And I finally, this is the first time I harvested my crops. I got all my potatoes. I got attacked by a zombie midway through, but that was fine. But my main reason why I wanted to get the potatoes really quickly is because I wanted to breed the villagers, like, right away. I knew potatoes were a super quick way to do it. I was always using bread before, but I knew that potatoes are now, like, the best way to do it. So yeah, I pretty much completely ditched wheat, at least for using bread. I would use it for the animals, but no longer for food or trying to breed the villagers. Day 18, I stole all the villagers' beds, and I decided to just use them in my own villager breeder. So went to the village and just stole all the beds because that was just free. I didn't feel like I wanted to worry about killing sheep or anything. Just quickly, easily getting beds from the village. And I also closed a gap in between my 2 farms. Now it's all just 1 farm, and that was just a little something on the side there. Completely filled that in with carrots, and that was it for day 18. I spent the majority of day 19 just clearing out a new area because I was pretty quickly running out of space, and I was going to need to just clear out this whole hill here. So I did that, and I also put glowstone in the middle of my farm. So I thought it looked really nice, and also some crops won't actually, like, grow at all if there's not enough light, so that was another reason why I did that. Filled in most of the area with just fully with carrots, and yeah, that was about it for day 19. It wasn't a whole lot going on, but definitely a lot of necessary stuff like clearing up the hill. Day 20 was really nothing special. I just filled in my, like, cave room or whatever with just smooth stone or stone brick. There we go, stone brick. And I also did the same with the villager breeder, and also cleared out some more area like this birch tree, and as well as the little dirt thing I trapped the villager in, just to get rid of some extra stuff that I didn't need. And it would definitely take a while to clear out this whole area, but eventually I would get it done. Day 21, it was time to get some more oak logs, so I did that. I finished off the roof here, and I decided just to connect both the roofs together, and I thought it looked really good. So yeah, nothing really fancy at all. Just wanted to get that out of the way and done. And yeah, that was pretty much it for day 21. Day 22, I added fences along the sides of my new rooms, and I decided to finally make a sugarcane farm. Now, this was not actually in my little compound area or where the hill was, so it made it a little less convenient, but it was still really close, so it was fine. So I placed all my sugarcane down, or at least all that I had. I couldn't fill it in all the way yet, but everything that I had I would place down, and also created stilts for the room that I haven't created stilts on yet. I spent all of day 23 farming, and I ended up with about half a double chest, or just a normal chest, worth of crops, so that was pretty solid. Obviously, it could have been better, but I think for the farm size at this point, it was pretty solid. Day 24, I added glass to the side of the mountain, as well as adding some more stone bricks, just to make it look nicer. And the only thing else that I did was look for iron in the caves. Day 25, I stumbled across a spider spawner, and I found something super lucky. I found Fortune 3 in one of the chests, which was so good. It increases your chances. It's like looting for your pickaxe. If you're unaware what looting is, basically, let's say you kill, I don't know, a zombie, and he'll give you 1 piece of rotten flesh. With looting 3, you probably get like 4 pieces of rotten flesh. Same thing works with the pickaxe. Instead of getting 1 diamond or whatever, you get like 4 diamonds. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's just a really good enchantment. After finding the spawner, I decided to go up to the surface and smelt all my iron, then create an anvil, and then put my new Fortune 3 on a new diamond pickaxe, just so I had full durability and I didn't have to worry about it like running out or breaking or whatever. And I also decided to finally start trading with the villagers. It was about time to finally do it, and I really wanted to look for like new enchantments that I could get later down the line. But 48 emeralds to start off. Not too shabby for the first trade of the 100 days so far. Day 26, I wanted to try out my new pickaxe, so I decided to get myself some iron, as well as I got a couple diamonds, which was definitely nice to get. And yeah, I decided to just save the coordinates because this was a really nice cave, and it was pretty close to my base. So why wouldn't I want to come back there, which eventually, thankfully, I did actually save that screenshot because eventually I would come back there. I got some leather that was just kind of out there, or I killed the cows, then got the leather, I should say. Got a free ender pearl from an enderman, that was that, and also got some books from the paper that I got from my sugarcane farm, and also the leather that I got from the cows that I killed. Day 27, I continue with my cow killing rampage, and I got a lectern, and I got some new villagers. I saw Unbreaking 2 book, which is kind of tempting, but I decided not to, which thankfully I didn't because I eventually found a mending villager. If you don't know, mending villagers, they will heal up your items all the way up, so if they're low on durability, you can heal them all the way up with XP. It's like one of the best enchantments you can get. So, yeah, I mean, that was pretty good stuff. I also smelted some stone just so I can get some more stone bricks. I really like how they look. Not only just as alone, but also the resource pack definitely makes it look even better. So I did that. I also cleared out some more of the hill, just kind of the same stuff, rinse and repeat, and eventually ending the day with replanting my crops. I spent all of day 28 in the nether by stealing the piglins gold that was right next to my nether portal or whatever that I spawned in, and stealing some more bone blocks just because I was going to need them, and you know, might as well, they were there. Killed some piglin brutes and tried to see what they had for loot wise, and it was pretty much junk. It was absolute junk. It was a waste of time, but you know what? I got it anyways. I left the nether with a couple lanterns, so I decided to place them around. I really like how these things look. I would eventually go back for more, but anyways, I placed them around up on top of the mountain and used my bone meal on the new crops, and this is about it. It's a lot of rinse and repeat. I'm really sorry, but whatever. I collected my carrots. I did a little bit of trading as well. And this marked the day I would have to deal with the phantoms. I hate the phantoms. Why'd they add them? Like these things are awful. They are awful. These things are it is just like, I'm not even gonna, like, it's just like, After my mental breakdown with the phantoms, I decided to give myself a new villager, which would be an efficiency 4. Now, combining both of these, it would be efficiency 5. In total, this is a 70 emerald trade, which is definitely not worth it, but I still did it anyways because I'm kind of dumb. But yeah, I put on my diamond pickaxe. I continued to clear out more area and also use some more of my bone meal, and I pretty much spent the whole rest of the day just doing this, just farming my potatoes and getting as many potatoes as I can. The next day, I traded all my crops and continued to get rid of more of the hill. This was just to make more room for my new farms and stuff. I went to the nether and got some quartz because my pickaxe was running pretty low on durability, so decided to heal that up. And yeah, I mean, it was not a whole lot going on, but mainly my main focus was just making more area for more farms, so I could, you know, get crops even faster. Day 34, I finally had enough room so I could add in 2 more farms, so I did that, filled them all up with dirt, and yeah, planted all my stuff. I went back to the nether, though, to get some more bone meal. I was going to need it if I wanted to make even more crops, so because I was definitely running a little bit low on how much I could plant. So went back there, got some more bone blocks, and continued to keep planting. I spent all of day 35 just getting my new crops and planting them and using bone meal to easily speed up the process. Same thing with day 36. I just planted my stuff, kept doing that. I also got some more oak logs because I was going to need them if I wanted to create more of a pathway. And as you can see, by the end of the day here, I got almost 4 stacks of oak logs. So that was pretty good. But my main thing as well was I wanted to make an auto farm. Now, wasn't necessarily an auto farm in the sense of like the villagers would do it for me. It's just a really quick way so I could collect my stuff. While I was doing this, I got attacked by phantoms. I feel like these things are just everywhere. It's the most, I'm sorry, it's the most annoying thing ever. These things would bother me pretty much the whole playthrough. So I decided just to go to bed and deal with it in the morning. Day 37 was a big day, so I started by adding a hopper that would go into a chest and then added another layer of dirt. Next, I would put water on the opposite side of the hopper so all items would be forced to go into the hopper. I put more layers of oak logs around the side and glass in the front. I would also put a piece of glowstone in the middle of the farm just to make sure that all the crops got the same amount of light. Next would be the water in the back, and then cobble above it, and then followed by a line of redstone leading to a lever. That was a lot of explaining, but I followed a guide for this, so I don't think I'm that smart. Come on now. So I will leave a link in the description to the actual tutorial. Go watch it. It's really good. So if you want to know how to build it yourself, I will leave a link to the original video in the description. After building the first farm, I decided I wanted to make another farm. I made it on the opposite side. I set it up right where all the blocks needed to be. I would continue to cut out more of the hill just to make room for it, and in the morning, I would just start to work on the perimeter of it. Day 38, I continued to build off my thing and got it done. Not even by nighttime. I got it pretty much during the day, and I spent the rest of my day just clearing out the hill, making room for more farms that I would eventually make here. Another thing also is I wanted to completely like have my farm symmetrical, at least my wheat farm. So I had to expand it out by 2 blocks, which actually went into the villager breeder. So while I did that, a zombie almost fell in, which was really good he didn't, because he would have like infected all the villagers. So thankfully he didn't. The iron golem definitely didn't really help, but thankfully, you know, he didn't get in there, and that was good. But it was just a little something kind of weird that happened. Thankfully he didn't get in, but you know, that was about it for day 38. Day 39, I got some more oak logs and continued to make my third farm. I would just kind of continue doing this and made my third farm, continue to just normally farm my normal stuff, not my automatic farm. And that was it. Day 40, I sold all my potatoes. As you can see, I had like a full inventory full of potatoes, so I did that. I also sold some of my wheat and everything, and I had a pretty good farm going. I also checked down on the sugarcane, and this thing was working really weirdly. Like, it was growing, but at the same time, it would only grow in, like, rows. So, like, let's say one was done, then the next one would start growing. It wasn't growing all at the same time, which was very weird. I mean, it had full sun and everything, and it was just not working at all. I don't, no clue. The ones by the shore were, but for some reason the rows, eventually the rows would work, but for some reason they just weren't working. I'm not really sure. I have no explanation for it. Day 41, I went to the nether to heal up my pickaxe and also as well as my shovel, and I got back. I got a ton of stone. I turned them all into stone bricks, and it was time to just completely change my villager breeder. So I would spend all that time just making sure like the ceiling and stuff would be stone bricks, and for day 42 I would just expand it out like crazy, like way bigger than it was, probably like 3 times bigger than it was. So that was about it for those 2 days. After clearing out the villager breeder, my pickaxe was on very low durability, so I had to go back to the nether once again to mend it up, and I got attacked by some phantoms while trying to clear out stuff. These phantoms are the most annoying thing ever. Anyways, but I filled in my villager breeder with my stone bricks, and that was it for day 43. Day 44, I cleared out more of the area because I was going to need this for a new farm, and I had to go down to the mines to get some more redstone. I was pretty much completely out, so I had to do it for my machine, so I got all the stuff ready for the machine, and I finally used it. It works so well. It's a little bit laggy, I'm not going to lie, once you actually harvest it, but it's only laggy for about a second, and it's just a super easy way to get my crops now. So instead of having to just destroy all of them one by one, I could just in one swoop just get them all, and it would just load up the chest with all my things, and it was just a super efficient way of farming. Day 45 was just kind of the same old stuff. I sold all my crops to villagers. I just continued farming and, you know, replanting my stuff, and I worked on my 4th automatic farm. So yeah. Day 46, I spent the whole day working on the farm, and I finally got it done, and I as well as put some torches on the mountain just to light it up, because a lot of mobs were spawning and then coming down while I was trying to farm. It was just a very annoying, like, thing when I was always getting attacked while I was just trying to farm, so I just put some torches around the mountain. Day 47, I filled in the ceiling with glowstone. I went back to Nether to get even more glowstone, and I sold my carrots. Day 48, I got a villager that would sell me on breaking 3 for only 30 emeralds. I thought this was a pretty good deal, so I put it on my shovel. I was debating to put it on my pickaxe, but the shovel runs out so quickly that I decided just to go with the shovel first. So I just healed up my shovel in the Nether to get some quartz here, and just cleared out more of the hill for more farms. Day 49, I replanted my crops, and I also took out more of the hill. I also turned the shaders down like a lot, so it's super ugly, so eventually I would change it back, but you might have to bear with it for quite a few days. Day 50, I went to the Nether to heal up my pickaxe, and from day 51 to day 54, I just spent the day clearing out the hill to make more area. Day 55, I went to a new bastion, and I stole all their gold, as well as while I was in there, I got some lanterns. I really like how the lanterns look, so I stole some of those. And yeah, I made myself a fence for like some animals. I was gonna have sheep as well as cows in here, so honestly a pretty successful day. It might not have been a whole lot, but it was definitely things I needed to get done, so yeah. Day 56, I got everything done for at least the right side of my little farm here. I filled it all in with dirt, and then the next day I put in a little wooden path here, and you guessed it, I went right back to the auto farm. Made another one of those, so it was actually just really, I mean, I really needed to clear this out anyways, but I do like how it turned out, and, you know, eventually I would, of course, keep expanding it, and, pretty much spent the whole day just making the auto farm. All I did for day 58 was get some sheep and put them in the pen. Nothing really happened at all for day 59, so I'm just gonna skip over it, and then on day 60, I continued to make my, second auto farm on the right side here, and I would clear out even more area for a third and fourth auto farm that would be coming soon. Day 61, I started building the 7th overall auto farm, so definitely making a lot of progress there. Farmed up my normal stuff, and the next day I sheared my sheep and, you know, replanted my carrots in my auto farm. I also traded with the villagers, getting almost 2 stacks worth of emeralds, so that's really good stuff. And I also checked on my sugarcane farm, and it was finally, it was actually finally growing. So collected all of that, turned it all into paper, and started working on the 8th auto farm. It was just at the end of the day, just a last ditch thing. So it was a really good day worth of stuff, and you know, a lot of emeralds from the villagers. So I can't complain. I spent pretty much all of day 63 just clearing out the hill, making more room for, you know, more farms and stuff like that. And also on top of the mountain, I cleared out more area because I wanted to make more of my house, and I was going to need more area for it. Day 64, I finished off clearing out the mountain, and I would start making new rooms. I would pretty much be copying the exact, well, I really would be just copying the exact same thing that I did for the other 2 rooms. So I spent the entire day doing that. I made a lot of progress, put the glowstone in and everything, so definitely a good day worth of doing stuff. I was gonna need to keep going, but that's pretty good. And then day 65, I spent the entire day just getting wood. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely a tedious process, but I got it done. Day 66, I was working on an elevator that would bring me from the top of the mountain to the bottom, and vice versa, you know, to the bottom to the top. And I also worked on, you know, more of the rooms. This also went into day 67, and also adding a roof on top. For day 68, I would pretty much be copying the exact same thing I did on the back of the house, and I'd created a thing in the middle of the mountain where I would have, it was pretty much a copy of the exact same thing I had above it, but another one of them, and I would be connecting it from the very bottom of the mountain to the very top of the mountain with an elevator. So I was working on that the whole day. Day 70, I was making the ground floor of my mountain here, and I would spend the whole day just clearing out the thing and making room for an elevator. Day 71, I was carving out my nether portal where I was going to put it. I was ending up putting it on the bottom floor instead of where I had it, where it was currently on the top floor, and I was making pretty good progress by the end of the day. I put the nether portal in, but I realized it was 1 block, like, too far in, so I had to bring it back. And I collected my crops, and that was it for day 71. Day 72, I got the kelp needed for the elevators, and just continued working on the bottom floor, putting in stone bricks, and going to the nether and repairing my pickaxe. Day 73, I continued to replace the floor with stone bricks. Day 74, I sheared the sheep, and continued to place down my stone bricks, and especially, this was the main thing, I made my second floor a full furnace room, so I had a bunch of furnaces, which were just smelting some glass as well as some stone. Really be a useful room, and I thought it looked pretty nice. Day 75, I continued to just do little things here and there, and replanted my farm and sold it to the villagers. Day 77, I cleared out more of the hill and expanded on my villager breeder. And then the next day, I went to the nether to get some more XP and got some glowstone with it. Day 79, I placed lanterns around the entrance as well as the window where the furnace room is. Now, my house was pretty much just floating off the edge of the mountain here, so, but I wanted to add stilts, but the problem is it would, like, go in the way of the windows, completely block it out, so it just wouldn't work. So I decided to make, like, a little thing made out of stone that would make it look a lot more natural, and it looks super good. And the mountain is looking really good. I mean, obviously, I'm not, you know, the master builder here, but I think, at least in my view, I think it looks pretty nice. Day 81, I got a protection 4 villager, which if you don't know, that's the highest protection you can get on armor, and super good, so I got that. I replanted my seeds, and also got some oak logs from the swamp. Day 82, I found 2 stacks of emeralds, which I completely forgot about. They were up at the top of my house here. And, I guess the best analogy I could do is, you know, you losing like $100, and then 2 years later you find it. I understand that's an awful analogy, but you know what I mean, okay? Anyway, I spent the rest of day 82 trying to look for cows, which I couldn't find, but then the next day on day 83 I found 2 cows, which I finally brought back. I brought back 1 and then brought back the other at the end of the day. From day 84 to day 93, I completely spent the entire time just clearing out this hill here, so I just want to skip over it. I know it's a big time skip, but it's just not, there's no point of adding it in. So yeah, day 94 I filled in where the cobblestone was with dirt, and I went to my mending villager, and he actually was gonna sell me a looting 3 book, so I bought that. Basically it's like fortune 3 but for your sword, so that was really nice, and bought some more unbreaking 3 books with my leftover emeralds that I had upstairs. I put protection 4 on my diamond helmet and put mending on a hoe, you know, or your mom, you know. Anyway, I put, looting 3 and unbreaking 3 on my sword. From the rest of day 95 to day 97, I would spend this time making 4 more auto farms, so I'm just gonna skip over these days because nothing else really happened. Day 98, I created a pathway that would connect everything throughout my entire farm, and I would end up finishing the pathway on day 99. Next, I moved the cows and sheep and made a farm in the place of where the sheep and cows were, just to make it symmetrical. Then finally, on day 100, I went to the nether, healed up my pickaxe a little bit, finished off the farm that I started, planted all my seeds, took one last look over all my farms, and I would finally rest for the last time. Thank you for watching throughout all 100 days. I definitely could have gotten a lot more done if I made it on a flat plane or on the water, but I was happy with how it looked. This took around 100 hours of recording, editing, and voiceover, so if you enjoyed, consider subscribing. And with all that being said, I'll see you in the next video.